I'm looking for all the baddies all over the world. Ladies, where my baddies at? I'm bad. You bad. Way bad. Where my baddies at? I'm bad. You bad.
Welcome to the Not So Secret Lives podcast. I'm your host, Shan.
I'm your host, Karina.
And today we went back and forth on so many ideas. We cannot know.
We did. Yeah.
And so I don't really know. I think we're just going to kind of shoot the shit and catch up for the last 2 weeks because we haven't been able to record because studio time. We were very graciously gifted some studio time from our very good friend Sean.
Hello.
And he is helping us he's helping us with all of our audio and the video, and so we're very thankful for him.
Yeah. Should we get into it?
Let's get into it. So we've gone on some dates, which is crazy because I got back off dating apps.
I'm off. I don't know what to do.
I cannot. Like, I feel good about it for like a second. And then I'm like, I think it's because when I get back on it, like resets the algorithm and then you get more like better choices.
It does. But even when you got back on, you were on for
2 days, maybe
a few days. And then you're like, I'm getting off. I need to focus on so many things.
Oh my God.
And then you're like,
that is true.
Karina, so I was about to get off. And then this one guy texts me, and then I stayed on.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know who he was. I don't think we went out with him, but
McSteamy.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, McSteamy. Should
Yes.
we talk about that?
We should talk about McSteamy. Okay, so I was getting off of the app again for the 20th time.
Yeah.
And then we matched and we started chatting, and I was like, well, shit, I'm just going to tell him like, hey, I'm getting off of these apps. I'm going to delete them. Here's my phone number. But then I had to keep it open to like wait for him to like get my phone number. So then he texted me and I was like, okay, bye everybody else.
Oh, wait, are you off?
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, I'm off again.
Oh, God.
I think.
No, you're not.
I'll have to check my phone. No, I'm pretty sure I am. Okay. Did I get back on? We cannot know.
Did you delete the accounts or did you just delete the apps?
No, I delete the accounts when I do it.
She deletes them completely because, like she said, it resets the algorithm.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah, I should do that.
I mean,
I'm
not the worst idea.
Bone dry.
Bone dry. We are not getting any potentials here.
No.
So I am chatting with this guy and I'm like, oh, we're really vibing. Like, it's not like this, like, oh my gosh, I have the biggest crush on him. But I'm like, I'm actually vibing with him enough to where like I want to continue talking.
Yeah.
So then he tells me this very specific story about himself.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, I remember that story. I was like, did you by chance go on a date with someone named Karina? And I sent him your picture and he's like, oh, I sure did. I'm like, yeah, that's my best friend.
And it's funny because I talked about you a lot at the lunch date that I had with him.
Which is like not surprising because that's what we do. We
That's
talk
what we
about
do.
each other all the time.
We're like, so let me tell you about my best friend Shan or my best friend Karina. These guys know more about
Oh, yeah,
us than we know about them.
for sure.
It's funny.
So that happens and I like stop the conversation with him. I'm like, okay, I need to get with Karina because I'd known that you guys had only had one date and then you weren't interested.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I got to put a pin in this. I'm going to get with Karina. I'm going to just chat with her, see how she feels about it.
What made you not interested in him, though?
There was nothing wrong with him. The vibe wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is fine. It happens all the time with dating.
It does.
And I kind of unintentionally ghosted him. I didn't mean to. But he did bring that up, I think, to you.
He did. But again, and I told him this, I was like, this is just kind of like the dating world that we live in.
It really is.
Like,
you can't get your feelings hurt about it.
Yeah. It slowly just kind of tapers off and then we're gone or they're gone or whatever.
Yeah. But you guys have been hitting it off really well. I'm so happy about it.
Yeah. No, we have. We've been hitting it off really well. He doesn't have a lot of time. I don't want to give too many details, but he doesn't have a ton of time. And so it's been a little hard to like make time to get together, I guess.
Schedule an actual date.
To schedule an actual date, which is also fine because like you know how I am, unless I'm like really feeling it with somebody, like I won't typically make time for them either.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I'm feeling him enough. Like I would like to meet him eventually.
I feel like your schedules are a little opposite though, but you'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But when I had talked to Karina about it, I'm like, hey, boo, how do you feel about this? Because it's not something we would normally do.
No, we always check in, and I think it's maybe happened one other time.
Yes.
Yeah.
It did. Yes.
The wine fridge guy.
Uh-huh. No, 3 times.
Oh.
Wine fridge guy, really pretty eyes guy, bad, awful, terrible kisser that I just wanted you to go out with him so you could experience the face licking.
Oh my God, I forgot about him.
Yeah. And
you were like, please go out with him so he can lick your face and you can tell me about it. I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't fucking want to do that. Okay. What makes you think?
Somebody else that I know has to experience this so we can talk about it.
I don't want to. I don't want my face.
Okay. Well, okay. So then there was him, but then there was, what was his nickname? Maui.
You didn't go out with him.
No, but we talked a bunch in the beginning.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And he like wanted to take me out, wanted to take me out. And then I met his friend. And I'm like, have I got the girl for you?
And here you go on a silver platter.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
Well, that's the thing with you and I, though. It's like, if there was nothing there, if the vibe wasn't there and we talk about it and we're both okay with it, it's good to go. And I love that about us.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, it's really good.
Because why keep you from something that you're really vibing with and I wasn't?
Yeah.
And be dumb about it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think so too. I mean, I think that if it would have gone further than one date with any of these like situations, that I would have been like, I even asked you, I was like, did you kiss him? And you're like, nope. I'm like, okay, feel a little bit better about it now.
It was during the day. Shan, the makeout queen over here. Shan's like, even if I don't like them, maybe I could like them if I make out with them. And I was like, where does that logic come from?
Well, it's like kissing is gateway to the soul. Like I could.
For you?
Yeah, for me. And so like I could not be into someone, kiss them and be like, okay.
Marina, I like them so much. It's funny to me. I mean, maybe I should do that.
But kissing isn't the same for you. You would have to be like, hey, go down on me really quick.
Let's see what your tongue skills are all about.
Just keep a whip in your car.
What about like holding hands for you?
For me?
No, for Karina.
Oh, holding hands?
Is that more like intimate or?
No.
No? No, just.
It has to be like.
Just wrap your legs around us.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you remember the time that I went out with somebody and I was like, I was kind of feeling him. And then I text you from the bathroom and I was like, oh my God, he held my hand and now I cannot control my feelings.
You did. You're like, I have the feels. No. And I was like, ha ha ha.
Oh my God. It's because he had these like big meaty paws and I was like, I love this for me. I'm like sizing up his fingers as we're holding.
Like, let's see. Can I measure with your hands?
Oh, that too. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, that's the first thing I thought about when you said he had big hands. I was like, does he have a big dick?
I cannot know.
But you know what? That can be deceiving too.
It is
the tallest guy, the biggest hands, and you're like, wow.
Oh, 100%.
It's happened. And I like
too many times.
Tears in my eyes.
I know.
It's got chills. Like, it really makes me sad.
I can see the chills on your boobs right now. Can we zoom in? She's very passionate about this.
I didn't think I was until I got the chills.
Oh my God, I love that for you. I love it for me.
Okay, so tell me about the date.
So
tell everybody about the date. Don't give too much away.
I won't.
What's his nickname?
I'm not gonna give
You need a
too much
nickname?
away. We gave him one.
I know, but I
What's
can't
it?
remember what it was. Houdini. No.
It was Houdini.
Oh, was it?
yes,
Okay.
Houdini.
Yeah.
Houdini. Yeah. So
So he disappears and then he comes back with like
and it's just like so weird because like that's just the level kind of that we're at. Like we'll text randomly because it's like not anything. We're not like quote unquote dating. Like we just
this was
have fun with each other.
Which date was this?
2.
Second date. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And-
Shan got past a first date.
It's
a big deal.
Literal miracle.
It's a big deal.
It is a huge deal. So we go to a hockey game and it's just like so fun. Like the whole vibe is super fun. And he was like, we should buy hats. And I was like, we should totally buy hats. And we're both wasted at this point. I'm like, well, let's go buy some hats. And it was just like, it was a really good time. It was really fun. Like,
Good.
yeah, don't really have a lot else to say about it. Like, it was just really good.
I love that.
Yeah.
Glad it was a good second date.
It was. You've had some things going on. You've had dates and then you had a fun ass weekend.
I had a fun ass weekend last weekend.
Yeah.
It was unexpected and I am here for it.
I am also here for it, babe.
What's his nickname? Mushy?
Mushy Man?
Mushy Man?
Mushy Man.
Um,
We had 2 for him, but we'll go with Mushy Man.
yeah, I like the Mushy Man.
Okay.
He's nice. He has a lot of friends. We were trying to plan a date and it turned into like, I don't want to say a group date, but like I ended up meeting kind of. I ended up meeting all of his friends at dinner for like a birthday party. And
Yeah, you text me and you're like, there's like 20 people here.
20 people here that I don't know.
Well, because I text you and I was like, he took you to Market Street. I left Market Street because I was tracking your location.
Which we always do. I'm like, where is she?
For real.
It was a lot of fun though, because so I get to his house and we're just hanging out. We're having some drinks. Did he make? No, he didn't make dinner because we were going to dinner. That was the next night.
Yeah.
We were just like rubbing each other's arms and stuff. It was so much fun, and his friends were really nice, and
It sounded like a really good
it
time.
was really fun. And then we went back to his house and messed around a little bit, but like we'd mess around and then like sit there and like talk about shit. And then we'd mess around a little bit more and then talk about shit. And then like listen to music. And I'm like, I'm not tired yet. Why am I not tired yet? Because I like going back to his house and like messing around. And even at dinner, like both of us were like, oh my God, this feels so good.
Oh, I
like,
bet.
So good.
Yeah. You're like, I'm into it.
Oh, yeah.
This for me.
And then we hung out the next night too. Same friend's birthday, but we like went to a house party and met more of his friends, and it was a good time. The funny thing about this date, and I was telling you about it on the way here, is it's like, okay, how do you meet these people who are like, I want to take you out on a date to a hockey game and buy you a fucking hat, and then I want to hang out with you again. And I get the guys who are like, cool, we've talked a little bit, come over. I think we should just be like fuck buddies, basically. And I'm like, how does that happen to me? Like, but it's frustrating.
And like I was telling you, I think, and Sean has even said this about me, like when you came and recorded at the house, like I think for me it's because like I'm a 10 because of my personality. Like when I go out on dates and stuff, like I don't like leave anything out. Like I am just like 100% truly myself, very forward, very blunt, very just like, also just like very laid back and just kind of like, it's whatever, man. And I don't know why it works for me, but it does.
You're a 10, babe.
Thanks, babe.
I just don't know what it is.
I cannot figure it out because
It's
honestly,
every guy that I go out with, though. Every single one.
I know, but it's super crazy because you are a fucking 10. Like looks, personality, like I don't know what it is about you that, I mean, are you talking about sex like right off the bat with these guys?
No.
That's like
I
the only
try
thing that I
not
think.
to because I don't want it to turn into that.
Yeah. I cannot know, babe.
I know. It's frustrating.
Sean, what do you think?
Because you have a very, and I'm not saying Karina doesn't,
Mm-hmm.
you have a very different personality than she does.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like in general, when it comes to like dating, at least I think from like the men aspect,
Yeah.
is like you kind of, as a woman, you kind of have to know what you're getting into. It's almost like a negotiation.
Yeah, I get that.
Like for me, like hearing your story about like him taking you to Market Street,
Mm-hmm.
to me is trying too hard. Not
Well, it was for a birthday party.
well, right. But then the other part of that is like you're already introducing you to the friends
That's what I thought
on
too.
back-to-back nights. Like
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee you that this guy has like he'll be clingy as fuck.
Really?
Yes, 100%.
I think the total opposite. I think the fact that he took her around his friends
In a group setting
In a
means that
group
it's
setting
not serious.
means
at
that
all.
it's not serious at all. Yeah.
I know, but why not just wait a few dates? Like if he's truly trying to get like his friends, you know, perspective on like you.
I don't think that's what it was. I think he's so flippant about dating that he was just kind of like, fuck it, we're going out for my friend's birthday. You should come.
I mean, that does
Yeah.
make sense as well.
Yeah.
And most of his friends are single. And like they all just live this single life. And, you know, I don't think I'm the only one I know I'm not the only one that he's doing this with. But then it very quickly turned into us being very casual. Like I told him about my date last night.
So can we talk about how invested he was in your date?
He was.
He like wanted to know all of the things.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is though?
But
Really?
really,
No.
like,
It's so weird because he seems to be just like so like
He's-
over there and like whatever. But then throughout the day before my date, he's like, "How you feeling?" And I was like,
but he's like totally rooting for her though. Like,
Yeah. yeah.
you should have a
Yes.
blast. Like,
He's trying to play an angle that like I used to play with women.
I
he's-
just don't get that sense.
He's gauging where he stands with you
Uh-huh.
by like rooting for you to go like out on other dates so that he can kind of put you like, let's say he's dating 5 women
Mm-hmm.
and he's trying to figure out like where are you in this like 1 through 5 like deal.
Okay.
And so by wanting to know details, that's more like the jealous side coming out because
He doesn't strike me as
He doesn't
that.
strike me as that either.
I would be willing to like bet on it.
do you have a third date scheduled with him already?
Yeah.
Wait,
It was kind of maybe supposed to be tonight, but I don't know.
but there's like also kind of an alternative motive too.
What's
Ulterior
the
motive.
alternate?
Or, yeah,
Well, like
Ulterior.
we talked about just like basically just
Fucking.
yeah. And like he's going out on other dates too, and so like I've put my headspace in like okay, he wants nothing. And I actually told him the first night that we hung out while we're laying there in bed, because we were talking about how like what our intentions were with dating a little bit. And I was like, yeah, I'd like really like to find my person. I'm dating with intention this time,
What did he
yada, yada, yada. And he's like, oh yeah, like I am too. This was before we did anything. And then we were in bed
Hold
and I
on.
saw his friends and I saw like the lifestyle and
He
stuff
said he was too.
Yeah.
Dating with intention.
at the beginning, like when we were first texting.
You are dating a chameleon, my
You
Yeah.
are.
And so we're laying in bed and I'm like, you don't ever want to settle down. He's like, maybe I do. I'm like, no, you don't. I'm like, you tell yourself that and you tell other women that, but you do not want to settle down.
You little lying lie face.
Yeah, no. And I called him out on his shit.
Yeah.
And I know it's true.
That's some shit I would do.
And I was like, it's fine. Like, but now I know, you know.
But is that what you want? Is the like
Karina wants a fucking steady ass
I do.
like relationship that's solid
Yeah.
and like she wants to fall in love. This chick has never been in love.
so
No.
why bother with this guy that
I know, because I have needs.
Honestly, he sounds like a lot of fun.
And he is a lot of fun. Like,
Well, and you called me and you're like, I think it's to the point now where it's just going to be like a friends with benefits situation, which really worked out for you though.
yeah, which I can compartmentalize and I can put myself in that space and do all the things and it's not going to hurt my feelings at all now that I know. But am I going to stop dating to find what I really want? No, I'm not going to stop dating. But in the meantime, I can have some fun, hang out with some fun people, have some good sex.
Yeah.
And
you had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
With him and his friends.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that.
What?
Let's talk about getting emotionally attached with sex.
Oh.
Because you said that. You're like, now I know where I stand.
Mm-hmm.
I had a conversation with somebody who I have literally never met. He is someone who follows the podcast and will message me over Facebook and tell me about his dates and about his things and, you know, the stuff that he experiences and goes through and whatever. And he was talking about this chick that came to his house, and he was like, I'm not super interested because she doesn't look anything like her pictures. She, you know, this is not like a thing. And he was like, but I fucked her. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, well, I feel really bad now. And I'm like, okay, but did she was she putting the pressure on to do it too? And he was like, oh yeah, she definitely wanted to. And I'm like, okay, why do you feel bad? She clearly had a purpose when she came to your house. This was not even about you, baby.
Right. No, it's, oh gosh.
Men are so worried about women getting an emotional attachment with sex, which I understand because I know that a lot of women do.
A lot of women do, especially I don't know, but younger women who are new to dating or younger. I
see, and I still, new to dating, yes. New to dating, yeah. Absolutely. Younger, I still don't think that there's really a divide between a younger person and an older woman. I think it's pretty balanced in that.
I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah, but
because
I think
when I was younger, I was
dating, yeah, when you're out of something serious and you're dating for the first time, you will almost instantly fall in love with the first person you meet.
Not in love, but
I mean that lust though.
Yeah,
that.
The lust.
You will get that attachment with sex
for sure.
I would tell you this. To at least in my experience with other women, it does not matter what the age is.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it's if they've been hurt and battle tested. If you've dated someone who's gone through some shit, they can turn the emotions on and off. If you get someone who has only been in 3 relationships, most likely the first time that couple has sex, they're in it to win it.
Yeah,
it's a done deal.
So that's the thing is, listen,
we've been traumatized.
Yeah, but it almost sounds like you just need to find if you're newly out of a relationship and you're looking for something serious, find someone else who is newly out of a relationship, and then you guys will just fall in love and it'll be great.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, that toxic shit. So we were supposed to have the therapist on tonight. And we were going to talk about attachment styles, which is a lot of what Sean was just saying.
Yeah.
The trauma.
Sean called us out on some stuff.
You want me to be your therapist on this one?
Yeah. Sean called us out on some stuff last time we recorded, but we couldn't get his audio, unfortunately.
Thanks a lot, Sean.
If you remember any of that, please dive in.
No, the thing that I loved the most about that, though, is that you analyzed Karina and Karina's dating style, and then you analyzed me and my dating style. Let's do that again. Let's have a little repeat. You tell us about us, babe.
Cry again? No, I'm just kidding.
Karina might cry, and I'll be like, yep.
Karina's already kind of said it already, where I threw out the term, you're in love with the idea of being in love.
Yeah.
You know, you're in a sense, you're really done dating for fucking around.
Yeah.
And you want to find that one person.
Yes.
You know, where, Shan's a lot like me, where it takes a lot to get us going as far as emotionally. But you could say and do one thing and we're fucking done.
Right. Okay. So that's exactly right. Because I want that deep connection.
Yeah.
I want to know that we are so level on a
levels.
A deeper plane, though.
Yeah.
On a plane where we can actually have communication and we can have conversations about whatever, but it's that deepness that is involved in it. Because someone could treat me so perfectly. You've known this about me. I've had dudes do that. And I'm just no, it's not there. But if I could get somebody who catches me on that deep, deep level,
yeah,
that's when I'll be done for sure. It just ain't gonna happen.
Look, I'd also tell you this, Karina. Any of the dating apps is like a fucking cesspool of people who
I know.
are so either emotionally fucked up or
Jade.
literally just looking to get laid,
Yeah.
that your chances of running into like that person is so slim and none.
Well, I told her earlier, she was like, why do these men always fall for you? Like, what is it? And I hope you don't mind me saying this. No. She was like, I'm a little bit sad that this always happens for you. Like, she's not sad, like jealous in any way.
No.
She's like sad
For me.
for herself. Yeah. But she's like, why can't that happen for me? And I'm like, you date the hottest dudes, okay? Like, they're built, chiseled from granite. Like, they have the personality of the fucking wall behind us. Like, they're super good looking. And I'm like, so naturally, they always are going to think, if it's true or not, they're always going to think that there's a bigger, better option out there for them. I don't know.
Yeah, like women are throwing themselves at them, I'm sure.
Right.
So why not date something different? Like, not even like,
You know what's so cute about Karina, though?
like I'm saying, like legitimately go open-minded into something that like is not your atypical person that you would normally date.
I know, I need help. I've tried and I can't.
No. It's really cute because she's like, he's totally not my type. And like, I'm totally dating outside of my type, and just show me a picture. And I'm like, what about this? The hair color? Like, what about this isn't your type?
Hair color?
Is it because he's not, he doesn't have brown hair? He's got blonde hair? Like, is that what we're talking about here?
That's how it started. I was like, I'm going to go for blonde.
She'll like send me a picture, or we'll be sitting next to each other, and she'll show me, and I'm like staring at it with like a blank stare, and I'm like, I cannot understand how this is different.
I have a friend.
You're like, but he's a nerd, and I'm like, and
I have a friend that's a gym goer, and she always falls for the same type of guy. Roided out, like, you know, muscly,
Yeah.
puts on this facade like they're super fucking successful.
Yeah.
Really not.
Yeah.
And it's like, I finally, like, I was trying to find a way to like connect with her, and I told her, I was like, you date the same person.
yeah.
They just have different names.
Totally. And for me, like, I'm such a personality type, like, person. Like, that's why I like to meet off the bat, because I'm like, I want to know if I actually like your personality.
You are.
Again, I'm looking for that deepness, though. Like, I want that deep connection. And so I like somebody whose personality I can mesh with really well. The guy I went to the hockey game with, like, we banter, and it is fun, and it is funny, and it's like not me, and I'm so gullible that I like believe him half the time, and he's like, I'm totally fucking with you, and I'm like, oh, cool. I love that for me. But like, it is hard to get out of your type, because I've dated some very, very hot men as well.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get out of that. But I also think that a lot of it has to do with our age and our ego, because we're getting older,
I know.
and our ego still wants that level of like, someone's going to see us walking down the street, and they're going to be like, oh my God, that couple is gorgeous. Like, you know, that whole like,
Yeah.
you're proud to like have them on your arm. But it gets to a point where you just like, it just doesn't matter.
But you're probably also subconsciously putting that energy out into the universe as well. Like, you don't even know you're
Oh, we're all about that.
Apparently. Apparently I am. I'm trying not to, but apparently I am.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, though, like, Shan can't make up her fucking mind.
Oh my God. Okay, so Sean and I hung out the other night. It was just he and I. We were doing a bunch of podcast stuff, and we were laying on my couch. Okay, actually throughout the whole night, but we were laying on my couch, and I was laying on the couch. He was sitting, but I was like sprawled out, and I was like, you know what, Sean? You know what I realized? I confuse myself, because like 1 second I'm like, oh my gosh, I want this and I want this and I want this. And then the next second I'm like, I actually don't want that at all, but I do want that, but I don't want that, but I do want that.
You do that all the
I am so bipolar when it comes to like knowing what I want.
But like, for me, though, like, listening to you say that, to me, like, you're not a complicated person.
Well, I think it's more that I just haven't found somebody to challenge that side of me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, like
She's not complicated.
there's gonna be times when like
I
you
feel like
want emotion, you don't want emotion. You want to be touched, you don't want to be touched.
Mm-hmm.
You want the dude to listen to you, like truly listen to you,
Yeah.
and then you want him just to, like, fucking make fun.
That's all I want, Sean.
But it takes a certain like
Person,
eye to be
yeah.
able to recognize that
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to push those buttons, know when to push those buttons. And
Yes.
once you come across that person, you will fall head over heels.
Oh my God, just be a therapist already.
It's so true though, because like she's been with guys who are like funny and banter with her, and it's good. But then like on the days that she doesn't want it, they're still so on, and she's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, leave me alone.
It's true.
And they
true.
have to, like you said, like they have to know when she's having those days where she doesn't want to deal with it, and
That is
recognize
true.
that.
However, I feel that if I found a dude that, like, even when I wasn't feeling on, I'm still feeling him enough that
Yeah.
when he is still on when I'm off, it's still going to be just fine because I am into him on that whole, like, deeper, like, level.
It's good.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Mm-mm.
Makes sense. You know,
A
not
complicated little puppy.
you're not complicated at all. I don't think you are.
With me being complicated or feeling like I'm complicated, and Karina just being this sweet little angel baby princess that we love so much and we can't understand.
Shan loves me so much that she doesn't
I
understand.
can't understand because I'm in love with you. I got my blinders on. I got my rose-colored glasses on.
I think that's what it is. You love me so much that you can't see. But here's the thing is like, I know that I have a problem, and I know that I always choose the same stupid fucking guy. And I know that, but like in the moment, I'm like, it's fine. It's that whole thing. It's like, I'm different. And if you really got to know me,
That's the thing is we're
you would
fucking...
really like me. But they never want to get to know me.
Well, I want to get to know you. I actually do know you. Anybody would be so fucking lucky to be in love with you. Okay. So, one day we'll just figure it out. What it is. Kate, in my heart of hearts, I'm like, it's because you have not found your person. That is what it is. The universe is like, I get it. You're impatient. You want to have the things, you hear about these other relationships and you want to understand, like you want to be in that. But I really think it's because the right person has not come along for you yet. You needed to broaden your horizons, like Sean said.
Yeah.
But you did have a date the other night where you like tuned in your inner Shan.
I did.
And I mean, he seemed like a nice guy.
No, he's a super nice guy. And it wasn't about him, but it goes into why guys think that women are like so emotionally attached when we have sex.
Yeah.
Because I really think guys...
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember now.
So we're at dinner. It's loud, and he's kind of like a soft talker. Anyway, he's telling me like it's been a while for him, but like his two friends like have sex with like hundreds of women. I'm like, cool. Like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah. Cool.
like, I don't judge. Go and have fun. Have a hoe phase. Don't have a hoe phase. That's your lifestyle. Whatever.
Right.
Does not faze me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I'm curious. Are these first dates that they're going on and they're like just having sex and they're not seeing him again? Or are they second dates? And he's like, no, a lot of them are first dates. I'm like, okay. I'm like, why no second date?
Right.
Just asking.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I think like they've said to me that, they're afraid that the girl's going to get emotionally attached or that they'll become clingy
Which is so
after
stupid.
they have sex. I know.
So they'll fuck them on the first date, but then they're worried about the emotional attachment. Like, what the fuck?
And that like hit a nerve
As it should have.
somehow. And like, I was like,
Because we're like all about women. We're like, we're not these fragile little flowers that you think you can fuck around with.
we're at dinner and it's loud. And I'm like, let me stop you right there.
Atta girl.
And he's like, I'm like, women can go and fuck somebody and have no emotional attachment to it. I can do that.
Yeah.
I can go and fuck someone I have no emotional attachment. I don't even want to talk to you the next day. I go, also,
Amen.
you should fucking tell your friends that if she had a matching set on, he didn't fuck her. She fucked him.
Amen. Yes,
Your
queen.
friend. And he was like looking at me like, is that true? I'm like, it's fucking true. I'm
Absolutely.
like, why do all these men think that like we're these
Oh, my
emotional
God.
little like flowers that like can't want the same things that you want? Like,
Yes.
needs too.
Yes.
And we want to get fucked too. There are women out there that can do it.
Yeah.
I am one of those women.
Yes. Listen, men, if a woman comes up to your house or she shows up and she's got a matching bra and panties and she
Fully
is
shaved.
it ain't your choice, honey. She understood the assignment.
She was like, I'm getting fucked. And
That is exactly right.
I have a question for you then.
But
Did you sleep with them that night?
this date? No.
No.
no. So it gets better.
Since?
So it gets better.
What?
Have you seen him since?
No.
No, but she set him straight.
This
So
was just like 2 nights ago. It gets a
it
little
gets
bit
better.
Okay.
So we leave the restaurant. I had met up with him and he drove and he's driving me back to his car. So that's all I said, right? And we're driving back to my car and he's like, so when I drop you off at your car, like what's gonna happen? And I was like, I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna go home. And he's like, oh. And I looked at him and it clicked. And I started laughing. I was like, did you think that you were coming home with me? And he's like, well, what you said, I was like, I was trying to make a point. And I was like laughing even more. I was like, what part of what I said made you think that like you were going to come home with me tonight?
Okay, because
He's like, I don't know. You were just, I was like, oh no. No,
Okay.
no.
I'll tell you why. Because men only have enough blood to run one. They can either run their head or their head.
He heard I can fuck someone with no
That-
emotion, and
That is exactly right.
he didn't hear anything else I was saying.
No.
But like, I feel bad because like
Everything you said after that was like, ma, 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 ma.
I feel a little bad because like I was laughing because I was so shocked, but I was like, oh yeah, no, you're not
Oh,
coming home
God,
with me tonight. I'm like, you're dropping me. And then since I did feel bad, I'm like, we can go get one drink, and then I'm gonna go home and go to bed.
You're buying.
He did.
Of course he did.
So the reason why I asked was because prior to him opening up his mouth
Uh-huh.
on a physical level, were you attracted to him?
Yeah. No, he was handsome.
Because there's some guys out there, and there's a lot of guys out there as far as like the dating game
Mm-hmm.
is they'll fucking talk themselves out of their shit all the time. They either disclose too much, they say something stupid,
Oh,
they
It's me.
too much.
Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
I don't think you do.
Are you fucking kidding?
No.
I always
Oh,
disclose way too
You do.
much.
You do. Okay, we've talked about this. No, he didn't disclose to. The date was actually really great.
I know, but that one comment,
The one comment was probably like,
Was it the turning point?
yeah, it killed
I think
everything.
So
Yeah. Okay, so
I
I might have had one of
I would not have gone home with him regardless.
right.
But it made me be like,
Okay, but he had one of two goals with that situation of him telling you the story. One, you were going to be like, oh my God, no, I cannot believe that they would do that. That's disgusting. And he would have been like, okay, cool. Clearly, I'm not getting laid. Or two, what you did, he would have been like, so you're saying there's a chance.
Has he texted you since?
he texted me right before we started.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Love that for you.
I haven't texted him back
His
yet.
ass will start chasing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. It was so funny though, because like it just struck a chord. I was like, listen here, mother, your stupid friends. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be that way all the time. And the fact that like,
And
I'm-
it's so funny that you and I both had a similar experience
I
within
know.
like a few days of each other.
and
like of dudes telling us
talking
that.
about it a few days before and then both having those experiences within
Yes.
days of each other. Like,
Yes.
putting it out there into the universe to be like, this needs to be a topic that we talk about.
Which is incredible because give us all the content. We love this for us.
It is. It's amazing. But
Oh my God.
like, can we go back to just like our personal experiences? And I don't, and you don't. Like, we can turn it off and be like,
Oh God.
it's just like a need that needs to be taken care of.
Mhm.
Like, come over, go away.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I don't. I'm trying.
You don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore.
Well, no,
but
I'm
not saying
trying-
that we haven't.
I'm trying to think back when I very first started dating, like if I was getting emotionally attached to people. And I honestly think I was more emotionally attached to the game. Like I would never leave a dude's house and be like, oh my God, well, we had sex and he hasn't texted. That
Yeah.
also though, I was always I'm just going to stop because I was always the one to blow people off. I'm just fucking dead inside. So it's whatever.
I would have sex too, but sex wasn't the thing that like emotionally connected me to them.
Right.
I wanted the, not fairy tale, but like I wanted the love, like the love story, you know,
Right.
and sex was just there.
But I will tell you, it just comes out of nowhere. Like it really does. Like that is how it's always happened for me. It just came out of the fucking clear blue sky. Like there was nothing that like happened. I don't feel like I was like manifesting it into my life, but it just like happened with the most random people. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm feeling this vibe.
Yeah.
Biology.
But
So I also want to talk about though, I think I've experienced this more than you. I'm totally going off of topic here, but
that's fine. We don't have a topic.
there is no topic. I'm pretty upfront with the podcast when I'm like dating or talking to people
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to be like, because it is something that could be very concerning for people, right? That you're potentially dating.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always bring it up. I'm like, hey, by the way, like my best friend and I have a podcast about like dating and sex and life and like things.
Yeah.
And
They're first.
people are like, oh, I don't want to be on your podcast. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I totally respect that. Like, I would never, anybody who like tells me up front, like,
Oh,
I
for
don't
sure.
want to be on your podcast.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. I understand that. But they will say that. And then later on, they're like, so are you going to talk about me on your podcast? I'm like, dude, we have not even met. Like, why would I
know, it's
talk
so
about you?
funny.
Oh, it like cracks me up. And I'm like, well, do you want me to? And they're like, no. And I'm like, cool. And then they're like,
Oh,
And why
Yeah.
fucking bring it up then?
that's what I mean.
but that's what I'm saying.
Every single guy brings it up.
Yes.
When we say anything about it, they're like, are you going to talk about me? I'm like, unless you're a dick or really good in bed, no.
Yeah. Or like there's like some significance to a story.
Yeah.
But then I'll say no. Or they'll be like, oh, no, I don't want to. And I'm like, okay, cool. And they're like, well, why wouldn't you talk about me? And I'm like, why the fuck would I? Like, you have given me nothing. Why would I talk about you? How boring you are?
And you just told me that you didn't want me
Oh, I
to.
cannot understand.
Like-
Men are just as flip floppy as women. Like that's all I can say.
Like for me, like if I had a significant other,
Mhm.
I would not have them on my show at all. Just because
So this is something that Karina and I have talked about. We won't talk about our exes.
Yeah.
Like the exes that we're tied to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Familially.
kids, marriage,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah. And if we do get into a relationship, I don't know that I wouldn't talk about my significant other, but I don't necessarily think I would talk about like
Intimate.
raw dog and random dudes from my past. You know what I mean? Like
That changes your whole content, though.
it doesn't, because our niche is like so broad
Mm-hmm.
that even when it's not so broad, it's still in the realm of like dating and sex and intimacy. And
Mhm.
but I've already like told myself that I would want to be with a partner who was okay with it.
Yeah.
So
I think so.
because I'm very open with intimate details about my life in general.
She is.
And so I would need a partner who could get behind that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a lot to ask for. I'm just saying, like,
I don't think so
physically,
either.
I would never have my significant other on my show.
Physically.
On the show. Yeah.
And it's not like,
Yeah, I don't think I would either. I think it could cause problems, like if you're asking like prodding questions to your significant other that they're like not prepared for or not,
Mm-hmm.
and it might make them feel a certain kind of way when you leave. Yeah, for
a
sure.
lot more simpler. Like,
Yeah.
that's my separation from like reality,
Right.
you know?
Yeah,
And like, I don't, like, they can come and like watch a show. I don't care about that. but I'll never have them on camera. And I know that sounds like sexist to some people, like whatever.
Oh, I don't think so. I think it sounds like you're protecting your person.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
But it's like I don't know. I wouldn't want my demeanor to change because my significant other is like next to me on camera.
Yeah.
I don't think that I think I could see you being that way.
I would totally be that way.
I think I would be more like, oh my God, tell me everything. Tell me all the things, like trying to prod them, which is not healthy at all.
I don't think I would even want them watching. I think I would be
I
way
do
too
think it would,
self-conscious.
yeah, and I think it would definitely set the tone to be something different than what.
Well,
like
because
the goal
I
is.
wouldn't be. I would be holding back.
Well, that's what I
Which is-
mean.
Yeah. Which we don't do.
No. No. We cannot. Anyways, all right. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about? Like any?
Not really. We're just glad to be back on.
Oh my God, so happy.
Glad to be in a studio.
I know.
Thank
Glad
you,
to
Shauna.
have all of this equipment and all of these cool, amazing things. And seriously, thank you so much, Sean.
Of course.
We appreciate you more than you could ever know. Like, you and I are both the same way, Sean and Karina. We believe that things in your life happen for a reason and that you meet certain people for a reason. And I absolutely feel that way about you. I am very particular about the people that I have in my life. And like, for instance, the other night when I told you to come hang out, I had told Karina earlier that day, I'm like, I'm going to go home. I need to decompress. Like, I need to like ground myself.
Yeah.
I need to do these things.
But then we had the best night ever.
And then we were texting and I was like, hey, do you want to come over? I'm just going to get drunk because I'm in a fucking bad place right now. And you're like, yeah. I was like, cool. And then we had an amazing night. It was so much fun.
No, I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, no, it was really great. But again, it comes down to like divine timing. Like, you came into my life. You're now like a friend who I feel that like,
Well, your
it's
energy is
almost-
just good too.
Your energy
Yeah.
is so good. But it's almost like those situations where you have like these best friends that are like these lifelong friends where you can go like months or weeks without talking and you instantly like connect as soon as you see each other or talk to each other. We've known each other for like a month.
I was going to say that'll never happen.
I don't even
We're
think
going to see him once a week at least.
Well, yeah, but like what I'm saying is I feel like there wouldn't be that like awkwardness or whatever, even if there was like a period of time in between.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going off on a tangent. But anyway, I really appreciate
That's how you know she loves you.
It's true. It's true.
Well, I mean, I got you both pegged on your personalities and what you want in life. So
That's exactly right. But we're very thankful for you. So thank you so much, Sean.
appreciate it. Those are really, really kind words. You know, I'm happy that we were able to collab on our one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we'll do many more.
Yeah. So we'll put a plug in too. So Sean has a podcast also with his friend Shay, and their podcast is called A Little Bit of Me and You. And this is the studio that they record in. They are so kindly gifted us their space as well to record in. And their podcast is really, really great. They always have really amazing special guests.
Yeah. Different.
Their content's really good. Yeah. Your stuff is kind of all over the place. You don't ever have an agenda, which is so great.
It's kind of like,
Oh my God. We come in with all these ideas and we're like, fuck it, let's just wing it. But yeah, at the end of the day, thank you. We just appreciate you.
No one knows this yet, so I'll announce it on your guys' show.
Yeah, please do.
We are going to launch another show where it's all of our golf buddies that get together, and it's going to be like probably the most inappropriate shit you're ever going to hear.
Oh my God. That's the one that's going to like set you over the top.
right.
I actually told my friend, I was like, watch, this channel will grow faster than my own.
Right.
I'm totally like 4. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you're doing.
Uh-huh.
The name of the show we came up with, it's called Tranny Fluid.
Why?
What?
I cannot understand that. It has to be something to do with golf. It cannot be tranny fluid.
No, these are golf buddies. It's not like a golf show.
Okay.
But it's called Tranny Fluid because I don't want to give too much about it. Like the opening episode will actually explain like the name.
I love that for you.
Why we called it what we called it.
Okay.
I am totally expecting us to get canceled for this shit too.
Love that.
Or you might get a lot of followers in
That's
that
exactly
community.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Just by the name alone.
Fucking real.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, that's coming hopefully in the next couple weeks.
Love that for you guys.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Congratulations. Anyway, all right. Well, please go like and subscribe and do all of the things. The best thing that you can do for us is if you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple or iHeart or YouTube, like give us a 5-star. Like if you enjoy it, obviously we're not going to force you to give us like a 5-star rating, but leave us comments. It's so rewarding when we go on and we see these comments. Give us a 5-star review. Like, this is just Karina and I, like, shooting the shit, doing the thing that we would normally do. I do have to give a shout out to someone, though, who I do not know, but he religiously listens to our podcast. His name is Ethan. Thank you so much, Ethan, for the 5-star rating and the very, very sweet feedback and comment that you gave us on Spotify. So thank you so much, Ethan.
Is he local?
I don't know.
You should figure that out.
I don't think. Actually, no, he's not. He lives in
Zimbabwe.
Yep. No, but he does not live in Utah. I do know that for a fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for all of the love and support that you give us. Follow us on Facebook at Not So Secret Lives Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at not_so_secret_lives. We've got a lot of really exciting things coming up in the future. We actually have a very, very beautiful, very talented woman coming on our show who has an OnlyFans page.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to have the therapist tonight, but we had to reschedule because she's very busy. Eventually, the fucking therapist will come on, for the love of God.
Well, we recorded with the therapist and the audio just wasn't, unfortunately. And it was such a good night.
It was such a good night. And it was so good. Very emotional for Karina.
Yeah.
But we will have her back on again. We are also going to have a little bit of me and you when it works for, Sean's co-host, Shay. So, yeah. Anyways, is there anything else you'd like to talk about, Karina?
I don't think so. Just love you so much, Shan.
Oh, I love you too, babe. Ba-ba-da-da.
Ooh.
Woo!
To whoever may need this nugget of encouragement, things will be alright, so quit your worry. I get it, the odds seem stacked back against the wall, but even consider it such, know you'll stand firm. Sat and watch from the sidelines one too many times. We get games to play, make me wanna